Hi, and welcome to this tutorial on how to create an Open SDG platform. Today we're going to cover how to create a data repository, a site repository, and how to connect the two together to create an empty platform. Before starting this tutorial, you will need a GitHub account. If you do not have one, pause this video and create one by going to github.com. You should now have everything you need to complete this tutorial. So let's start by going to github.com and logging in. Once you have logged in, go to the Open SDG site starter repository by typing open-SDG/SDG-site-starter into the search bar in the top left-hand corner. Then click on this. Click the top option to open the repository, and then click the green Use this template button, as we will be using this as a template to create our own site repository. Choose which organisation you want to create the platform in from the drop-down list, and then give your repository a name. We recommend naming this repository Site to keep things simple. Make sure the repository is public, select Include All Branches, and then you can click the green Create Repository from Template button. While you wait for the repository to load, you can add a bookmark for this page so that you can come back to it later. You have now created your site repository, which looks like this. Now we will create the data repository in the same way we have just made the site repository. So go to the Open SDG data starter repository by typing open-SDG/open-SDG-data-starter into the search bar in the top left-hand corner. Click on the repository and again click the green button to use this template. Select the same organisation you used before from the drop-down menu and give the repository a name. We recommend naming this repository Data, again to keep things simple. Make sure it's marked as public and select Include All Branches, and then you can click the green button to create your repository. Again, at this point, add a bookmark to this page for when you need to come back to it. This is now your data repository. Now, both your site repository and your data repository will be performing automatic builds. These take about 5 minutes to complete. You can monitor the progress in each repository by going to the Actions section under the repository name. When you see a green check mark here, the build is complete. To view the completed builds, carry out the following steps. First, you'll view the data build, so make sure you're in the data repository and then click the Settings tab. Click on the Pages section and you should then see a link where your data is published. Click that link to view your data service. You will also want to bookmark this page for later. Next, we will view the site, so go to the site repository. We bookmarked this earlier, so we can open the site repository that way. Do a quick check on the Actions tab to make sure the checks have passed, and then click on the Settings tab. Then click on the Pages section. You should see a link to the site you have published. Click that link to view your site, and you now have a working site and a working data service. However, they are not yet connected to each other. We need to tell the site where to find the data service. From the previous step, you should be on your site. So in the footer menu at the bottom of the page, click Configuration. Scroll down to the Remote Data Prefix setting. In this field, replace what's already there with the URL of the data service. We bookmarked this earlier, so you can access that via the bookmark folder. Copy and paste the data service URL. Now scroll down to the repository URL data heading. In this field, replace what is already there with the URL of your data repository in GitHub. We also bookmarked this, so copy and paste the URL. Scroll now to the top of the page and press Download Configuration. You will receive a file download called site_config.yaml. Now click Go to Repository. This will take you to the _data folder in your site repository, where you can upload your downloaded site config.yaml file by dragging it onto the page. You may need to drag the file a couple of times to upload it. Next, scroll down and commit changes directly to the developer branch. You can now click on the Actions tab to check progress. Once that has turned green, your site and data service are connected and your initial platform setup is finished. Now, if you make any changes to the data service, these will appear on your website. To help with maintenance of your implementation, there are some automation setup steps which are strongly recommended. Check out the tutorials to carry out these steps for continuing with the population and customization of your platform. This is the end of the tutorial. You should now be able to create your own Open SDG platform. To learn more, check out our other videos or visit our website at open-sdg.org. Thank you.